Well, hello dear friends from Chennai, India. Chennai is the capital of Tamil Nadu, which is a state here on the eastern seaboard, still sort of considered the southern part of India, formerly known as Madras. The British built a fort here from the 1600s. It basically maintained the name Madras until the 1990s, where, like a lot of Indian cities and places, has been reverted back to sort of the original name to kind of loosen the hold of that colonial influence on some of the towns and to sort of regain more of a cultural heritage. It's about 13 million people here. There's lots to do here. Today I'm going to start out at the government museum. It's supposed to be really fascinating, full of artifacts and interesting history. So not knowing much about Hinduism, it's really easy to get confused about some of these gods and sculptures. You know, half of them are, you know, gods that you'll see a statue and it's the same god as the one right next to it, but this is when he's been tempted or when he's been disgraced, or there's an aspiration or a different time period or different manifestation. There, you know, 2,000 or so different Hindu deities, probably more than that. And oftentimes, you know, you'll see a statue of the same god or Hindu deity, but it's just a different manifestation or a different time period, whether that god is happy or dissatisfied or has been turned into something or is trying to be turned into something else. As a Westerner, it's really difficult to get your head around it. I mean, they do have kind of a trinity, like Christianity, you know, Shiva, Brahman, Vishnu, and a lot of the gods are sort of descended or based from all of those things. So I think you could spend a lifetime trying to figure out, you know, what all that means. But it's enough to just appreciate the art, I think, sometimes, and just to realize that things are sort of beautiful, you know, regardless of the meaning behind them. Well, having spent some time walking around the museum, I thought I'd pop over to this place for a little filter coffee, get a little energy from walking around the museum. It's called the Murugan Idli House, so you get your morning idli, coffees, chai, it's, you know, lunch items, that kind of thing. So pop in and get a little sustenance for the rest of the day. Oh, look at that guy. Thank you so much. Yeah, sure. You have your filter coffee. I got a ghee dosa, so I'm gonna give that a try. It just looks great. Give the dosa a try here. So good. So with the filter coffee, you know, you get it in 2 vessels here. You pour this one into this one. The idea is that you want to keep this one warm, and this, if you put it in this, it has more surface area and it's allowed to cool quicker so you can drink it faster. This really hits the spot after walking around all morning, looking at, you know, history and art and sculptures. It's great to make a little quick stop, grab a little bite, get you going for the rest of the day. All right, so I've taken a little tuk-tuk down to the temple here. This is the Kapaleeswarar Temple. I think I pronounced that right. Probably not. Like most places in India, you'll find lots of activity around the temples. They seem to be a center point of communities in general. But so you'll have lots of people selling, flowers and figurines and things to give offerings for. This market here. It's just a center of kind of activity here in Chennai. So this is my first temple in Chennai, and it's just a beautiful temple. It has that like the other temples in some of the other southern cities I visited. Has that same sort of design with sort of the pyramid of deities that sort of stretch up to the top. All sort of decorated and colorful. Yeah, it always kind of reminds me of sort of like a stack of superheroes, or like a Marvel Comics, master movie or something. There are all of these deities that have been created over, thousands of years that are stacked up and offering, welcome to the folks that visit the temple. Like most Indian temples, just a really beautiful, colorful, lively, vibrant experience when you visit a temple. Whether you're a Hindu or not, I always feel welcome and engaged at these temples here in India. So this is a Shiva temple. So this one's dedicated to Lord Shiva, like the others. In Pondicherry, in the video that I shot there, they have a Ganesh temple and a Vishnu temple, and so this one is a Shiva temple. And Shivavites are the folks that worship Lord Shiva. Well, as the sun recedes again here in Chennai, I find myself on another beach. So this is Marina Beach. This is basically right in the city, or Chennai proper. It's billed as I think the second largest urban beach in the world. It's huge. I mean, it is a massive beach. As you can see, there's just people everywhere. There's even small little amusement rides. There's pretty much every type of sort of street food that you could find that you'll see across the sort of the head of the beach. There's lots of people here enjoying themselves. I see a few people riding horses, lots of kids, and people coming here to cool off and enjoy the surroundings. I'm on a boardwalk that leads out to the water, and it's, this beach is huge. It's like really pretty massive in terms of its size, and it's not surprising that you're going to find, thousands of people here, especially once the sun goes down and it gets a little cooler. It's a great place to come and chill out. If I've learned nothing about India and Indian folks, they seem to love chilling and good vibes. So especially when you get near the ocean. So there's lots of snacks here on the beach. One of them is this little corn vendor here. He takes the corn. He's got a little charcoal stove with a hand cranked fan, and he puts the corn on over the coals and just goes to town on that crank. That sounds dirty. So you can get the corn right here on the beach. Takes this fresh corn and he throws it over the charcoal. And he has this little hand crank fan that he uses to basically just char it up. It's got that kind of like toasted, taste on the outside. It's a great snack on the beach, It only takes a minute or two. He just toasts it right up. It's really tasty. He puts drops a little spice on it right at the end. It's like lime and some of it's like chili. And he's got this little hand crank fan that just stokes the flame while he's toasting that up. So let's give this a try, see how it turns out. Wow. It's a great treat on the beach. So a lot of these places, they basically sell what you would get, just a quick snack food. They have sweet corn and nuggets and these sort of like potato twisters, I guess you would call them. I'm gonna give one of those a try. Apparently they serve McDonald's French fries at this place too, which is amazing. Right here on the beach. So she basically takes the potato while you're standing there, throws that thing on a stick, slices it up into this spiral, and then just deep fries it for a minute or so. And then they throw this lovely, there's like 3 different sauces they put on there. And it turns out to be just this great thing. You know, you walk around with it in your hand, you eat it down to the bottom, and you are good to go. And so here's the twister here. Look at this guy. I'm really excited to give this a shot. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's great. It's just like fried potatoes on a stick. I mean, and they put this lovely little spicy sauce all over it. You can't beat that. That's good. So I'm gonna finish up at the beach here with a little veg fried noodle. We'll see how that turns out. This is so I'm having Chinese fast food on an Indian beach. So I'm living dangerously tonight. So this is the fried noodles here at the little beach shop. The guy just walked it up, throws it in a bowl. Give it a try here. Oh, that's good. Fried noodles, man. I mean, how can you really go wrong? Got some sauce here. I'm sure this spices it up a little bit. Just like that. Give that a shot. That's good. Yeah, better with the sauce. Well, good morning. So today I'm starting out at the Fort Museum. So this is part of the St. George Fort. This being the, one of the most important forts because it was the very first fort built in India for the British. They have a small museum here, but they also, part of the complex is for the state of Tamil Nadu legislative body, I believe, meets here as well. So the museum has all sorts of artifacts from armaments, weapons, cannons, there's medals and uniforms, porcelain items, coins, portraits, all that kind of thing. I will give you just a small word of advice. They don't accept cash here for the ticket. So if you want to get here and get a ticket, you have to scan a QR code, log into a government website, make an online payment, download the ticket, and then show the ticket to the security guard at the counter. So it's a bit of a process, especially if you don't have a good cell service, you don't have Wi-Fi or that kind of thing. So just be forewarned that it can be complicated. You can, I believe, purchase these tickets before you get here. So maybe if you're staying at a hotel with good Wi-Fi, try logging in and getting the ticket before you arrive. It's a fairly small exhibit, a couple, like 2 or 3 floors, but they have really fairly expansive, in terms of history, good representation of the British presence here at the fort. So yeah, this being the one of the most important forts. So this is a kind of a market area called Sowcarpet. It's like a big sort of like market with people selling pretty much everything that you could want or need on the street. It's also a great place for food. It's very busy. lots of cars, lots of people, like most places in India. You'll find everything being sold here. Light switches and tea and fruit and gold and let's see what else. Different plastic items on the street, toenail clippers, coconuts, toys, sugar cane, juice, pretty much everything that you could want in the evening. Again, it's just another one of those, you know, market areas that you find, you know, when the sun goes down in India, people sort of come out and they do all their shopping in the morning, and then a lot of shopping happens at sundown, basically. So here we are again at sundown. I'm told that this is a good place to find some really good food as well, so I'm gonna kind of meander around, catch some street scenes of the places that I come across, and maybe try to give you a little taste. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's some honking in the background. Something you don't ever hear in India. So I stepped into this little place. This is like a northern Indian and Punjab restaurant called Shyam's Bombay Halwa House. It's got great reviews, so I'm excited to see, you know, how the food is. I sat in. I'm a little early. It's still 6 o'clock. So there's, you know, Indians eat really late here. So usually, if you get to a restaurant at 6, A, it won't be open yet, or B, you'll be the only person in the restaurant. So if you're in India, try to eat later, because then you'll have a little bit more options and you won't feel like you're completely alone in restaurants every time you go out. Anyway, so I'm going to give this place a shot. I ordered a paneer Manchurian, so that's kind of like it's like a spicy, you know, kind of, I don't know if it's fried or not, but it's like chili tossed with chili. I know it's spicy. I think it's Chinese influence. So I'll give that a try. And then there's a paneer gravy that I ordered, and then of course some naan to go with that. So the manager was super helpful. I was going to order one thing, and he's like, no, this is our specialty. So I'm excited to see how that shakes out. So always up for the adventure when you come to India. You know, generally, like everywhere I've gone, like the food is just really awesome. So I'm sure this place is going to be no exception. So the paneer Manchurian is here. This is great. You know, it's like it's got this. So it's just like fried paneer with this really spicy, sweet and spicy. Definitely more on the spicy side. They're so good. And then usually with most Indian meals, you get like a mint chutney, some peppers, some onions, a little slice of lime. But you know, this Manchurian doesn't need anything. It's perfect the way it is. I have this sauce too. I'm not sure what this is. I'm gonna give this a little squirt. Let's see how hot this is. It might be ketchup. I'm not sure. We'll see. Yeah, it's like ketchup, I think. It's amazing though. It's really good. It's a great start. That looks great. So this is the Punjabi paneer, and it comes. They ordered some butter naan with it as well, and it just looks like so rich and deeply colored, and it's just like warm and hot. Oh yeah, that's great. You know, it's much more like nuanced than like a butter or a tikka masala. It's like a lot more complex in terms of its flavors. These are all sort of northern Indian dishes, and great. It's a little spicy, which is perfect for me. I really love it. It's really good. And the naan is just like, it's like perfectly toasted and buttered, and it's just great. It just tastes really just awesome here. Let's get a little bit more gravy here. A little piece of paneer in there as well. This is an all-veg restaurant, so I wasn't expecting anything besides vegetarian options. Paneer is always a great option in a veg restaurant. It always feels like you're having something substantive, like chicken. There's like a big chunk of, you know, something in there. So this is my last full day in India. I leave for Sri Lanka tomorrow morning. It's really hard to sum it up in one, you know, one video, but India will be, you know, in my heart in a way, and I carry it with me. And you know, every trip, every city that I've been to, I feel has changed me a little bit in ways. So I'm grateful for this country, and of course, you know, how polite and charismatic and interesting and charitable and hospitable the Indian people are. I've always felt welcome, and if I need something or a question, or people are always willing to meet me at my intersection of broken English, you know, somehow describe, you know, the nuances of Hinduism or the tapestry of a city or directions to a good place to eat. Indians will continue to show up and meet you and always try to make things easier if you need help. So I'm grateful for this country and for the people that are in it and the hospitality that I've been shown here on my visit. I'm sure I'm going to miss those horns, though. I just don't feel like I get enough of them.